Hello, welcome to Alcoholology. Today we have something a little bit different. What's in here is actually my pick for 2021, and we'll find out what that is a little bit later. But what I really want to do first is unbox this tasting kit from the Scotch Malt Whiskey Society. My wife got me a membership for 2022, well, up until like December 2022, and this is what they send you for this. There's different levels and everything, but this one is the membership plus the tasting kit, and just want to do the unboxing and see what you get. And this actually came in even a bigger box, so they're really careful on shipping. And also, they're one of the few that can ship to Vermont too. So that's one of the reasons I picked, this one, and because a lot of places can't deliver or won't deliver to Vermont because they gotta have like special permitting and they gotta pay the tax and everything because they're not going through the liquor warehouse. So, and plus, I actually believe it was Scott from the Scotch Test Dummies. He just retired from law enforcement, and now he's working for them too. And that's another reasons I looked into it. Because I've heard of it, but I thought, well, they're not going to be able to deliver to Vermont, so why bother? I mean, there's literally only like two places that I know of, or actually one other place that I know of out of the UK that will deliver to Vermont. That they got the I don't know if it's a permitting or a license or how they do it, but I did read up on it a little bit, and it said they got I don't know really if they agree to pay the taxes or what it is, but it's kind of a pain in the butt for most places, and they don't bother. And this is, here it goes. Well packed. But yeah, Scott, he just retired. Whoops. And almost had a mess. And he's working for them now, and I saw him talking about it, and I've watched a couple of the videos on. They have a YouTube channel also, and I thought it was pretty interesting. And I'm actually not a big Scotch guy. I'm more bourbon and Irish any day. Probably ever so slightly more bourbon, but that said, I've never had an Irish I didn't at least like. Either like them or love them. And bourbons, there's a couple that I wasn't too big a fan on, but there's quite a few Scotches that I'm not a fan of. I tend to like the more higher end stuff, which really isn't a good thing. It can get expensive, but I also like the peated stuff. Well, at least I think honestly I've only had like 3, but and 2 of them are Ardbeg, so I can definitely say I like Ardbeg. I do have actually a couple of others that I haven't reviewed yet. They'll be coming up probably this year, or this coming year I should say, 2022. By the time you see this, it will be 2022 more than likely. But right now, current time is New Year's Eve. Definitely packaged nice. Altogether unique. Interesting. Let's see what's in here. If I remember right, there's one that can tip out. And I'll put a little angle on this. Okay, now it says Pick the right glass. Get ready to write. Use your nose. Take a taste. Add water. Sounds about right. Unless it's only 40%, then I usually don't add water. But they give you 300 ml glasses to start you off. And prunes always. That actually sounds pretty good. It's one of my favorite notes is prunes. Prunes and dates. This is a 13-year-old. That should be interesting. Pick fruit and oak tree. 7-year-old. A wonderful welcome. That's also a 7-year-old. Really interested in this 13. It's got nice color. You know, I don't know if they add coloring, but probably not unless what they're already using, because they do blends. So I don't know if some of the things they get are already use coloring or not. I'm not sure, but I hope not. Some of these are pretty light, so I'm thinking they probably don't. Which is, I mean, it's not a big deal if they do, but I just prefer the natural color, whatever it is. I want to see what it, you know, because you do something in like Vermont, it's not going to be as dark as something like in Texas because of the extreme temperature changes with the barrel contracting. It's going to be much darker, much quicker, and flavors are going to come out a lot quicker too. But yeah, this is pretty interesting, and I'll review these individually in coming episodes. Do one at a time. Just want to review the actual. Oh, they even actually give you a notebook too. I actually have one over here, but it's nice. Huh, I like that. When I fill that one up, I'll use this one, or maybe I'll use this one just for Scotch. Or maybe just from my picks that I get from there. But we'll see. But so far, that's very nice. And I believe this last one, I think, is a glass. If I remember right. This box is really nice. Definitely be putting this up on the shelf after I'm done. Oops, now I got that stuck in there. There we go. Yes, yeah. I remember Scott saying that could fall out. Let's tip this a little bit more. Actually, put it right on the side. Yes, that's right. Okay. So 2 glasses with their emblem and everything on it. Water glass. And this is, not sure what they call this. Kind of like I guess it's kind of just like an eyedropper. You know, I have my own that I use. I mean, this is just as good too. Main reason that I main reason I use this one is because, you know, it's not leaving the water out. It's covered. You know, all I gotta do is you can get a couple drops. And I always use Saratoga spring water. They're not a sponsor, but that would be nice if they were. Yeah, I've always liked Saratoga spring water. Saratoga and Voss is probably my favorite spring waters. You know, I never thought there would really be a difference in like bottled water. And then I tried Voss, and it was just, I don't know what it is. It's different. It's much better. And then I tried the Saratoga, and to me it's just as good, but it's a little bit cheaper. And I love the blue bottles. I just love that. But yeah, this is really nice. Don't know if I'll ever use this, to be honest with you, but it'd be a nice display piece. Glasses, I definitely will. I like, you know, I love the Glencairn, but I think this is cool too. Oh, and it's got a much smaller. Really can't get your nose into it. Yeah, that should be interesting. You know, Maybe I'll do a review on this style too. Probably would be still okay. But maybe I'll do a review on the Glencairn and this. Glencairn is slightly wider at the top and a little bit bigger on the bottom too. These are more of a more gentle slope. Interesting. I'd never realized that, and I've seen them before. But yeah, very nice. Very happy with that. And get back to this and what's in here. This is my pick for 2021, top pick, and it was one of my, I think it was maybe my third or fourth video of the year. But anyways, it's Stag Junior, and I did the video with the 3 different Stag Juniors that I had. I think I had 13, 14, and 15, and batch 13 took the number 1, even though they were all, they were all full ribbon. And as far as the whiskey goes, 1 to 10, they were probably from a 9, to like a 9.8 being this one. So they were really close. And starting the new year, I'll start doing the halves. So 1, 1.5, 2.5, 3, 3.5, up to 4.5, and then 5. There won't be any 5.5, but 5 will be the top. Hopefully, I tell you, this, probably should have got a 5 ribbon. It definitely would have got a 4.5, but I'm hoping maybe there's something even better out there. And I got some bottles here that I still need to review that might, as far as other people have said, some of the things I have are really good. And so I'm gonna, but this is batch 13. Batch 13 of Stag Junior is my pick of 2021. Yeah, my first sip, I got really more oak than I remember. I think I might have added water, and I did. I added a little bit of water to this, and still get the oak, but it's toned down a little bit. Real spicy. You get so much. You get caramel. You get the sweet oak. You get kind of like peppery notes down the side of the tongue, and there's probably other things in there too. Probably like a cherry, but it's more like a candy cherry. Yeah, I think that's what that note is. Definitely like, actually maybe even like a chocolate covered, because as soon as you get that, you almost get dark chocolate right on top of it. But it's really good. I mean, yeah, it's getting a little harder to get. I haven't seen it. I got this through the warehouse. They didn't have it at the store. I got it 2 different times. They had just the 13, which I'm glad, and I bought that. And then just like a week later, the 13, 14, and 15 as a package came out. And so I'm like, well, I already got the 13, but I'm like, well, and I haven't even tasted the 13 yet. And so I'm like, oh, I'll get it. So I bought it because God knows when to see it again, and I haven't seen it again. If I do, I'll buy more. I already got 3 bottles, but I want to make sure I always have some of this. And I got 2 bottles of the 13, so that worked out great, and 13 being my favorite. So yeah, this will technically, yeah, this will go up as my first video of the year. And hope everybody has a happy new year. And if you're not a member of the Scotch Malt Whiskey Society, it might be something to look into, especially if you like scotches. I'm not even a huge Scotch fan, but I'm still excited because a lot of the stuff I had is kind of like right in the middle. I think besides Ardbeg, I think the most expensive thing I had, I think, was $44. So it's lower to mid-range for Scotch. Scotch can get up there. I think I've had a couple that I would never buy again, but I'll still drink the bottle. I have a bottle of Macallan Gold, which I think is terrible. I'll probably try to find some Scotch drinker that might like that and give that to them. I think I paid like $45 for that, and I bought 2 bottles. I don't know why, because I think it was on sale, and I think I actually might have drank one already. I think I used it as a mixer, a $50 bottle for mixers, but when you don't really like and the taste isn't terrible for the Macallan. It was just the nose. I couldn't get past it. It smelled like a dirty sock, and I just couldn't get past that. But I'm hoping there's other things out there. Maybe one of those 3 will change my mind on Scotch, and gives me a year, to get a couple bottles. I probably won't get that many, but definitely will get a couple. I'm probably actually going to order one soon. I saw a peated one that was a decent price, and I think there was only like 3 bottles left. So I mean, it could be gone by now. That's the only thing. Some things go really quick, so you got to really, when you see something, you got to jump on it. That's what I hear. Other people have told me that. But that being said, hope you have a happy new year, and until next time, Cilantro.